Okay, we're going to trace Bryan's trip from Pullman to Moscow that evening. Here's his house right here. And the first stop is going to be down at Southeast Nevada, right here, which is about a 5-minute drive. So here's a blow up of that area right here. Again, his house, he comes down to right about here. And let me read the affidavit so you can follow along with this. On November 13, 2022, at approximately 2:42 a.m., the 8458 phone was utilizing cellular resources that provide coverage to 1630 Northeast Valley Road, Pullman, Washington. Hereafter, the Koberger residence. At approximately 2:47 a.m., the same phone using cellular resources that provide coverage southeast of his residence, consistent with the 8458 phone leaving the Koberger residence and traveling south through Pullman, Washington. This is consistent with the movement of the white Elantra. At 2:47 a.m., the 8458 phone stops reporting to the network. The phone is turned off. Now let me read you the secondary part and then we'll get into the details. This has to do with the car. Investigators were given access to video footage on the Washington State University campus located in Pullman, Washington. A review of that video indicated that approximately 2:44 a.m. on November 13, 2022, a white sedan, which was consistent with the description of the white Elantra known as Suspect Vehicle 1, was observed on WSU surveillance cameras traveling north on Southeast Nevada Street at Northeast Stadium Way. I'll show you where that is in a minute. At approximately 2:53 a.m., a white sedan, which is consistent with the description of the white Elantra known as Suspect Vehicle 1, was observed traveling southeast. He's retracing now on Nevada Street in Pullman, Washington towards SR 270, which is, it connects Pullman, Washington to Moscow, Idaho. And I'll show you all that right now. So right here is the 270. And right here is Southeast Nevada Street. I'm going to enlarge this area right here because he came down from his house, and at 2:42, that's when his cell phone switched from pinging on his home cell tower, wherever that is, to another cell tower down here. That's at 2:42, and then right here, he turns right at 2:44. So it's a 5-minute drive from his house to here. So that's only 2 minutes, but he probably was already driving. So he's going to turn right, and I'm going to open up the next window here. Okay, so here's Southeast Nevada Street and Northeast Stadium Way right here. So he goes in here. Now keep in mind, when he leaves, he's going to come down here and take a left on East Main Street, which is also known as 270. But for right now, we're going in here. He went in here from, let's see, what time was it? 2:44 to 2:53, which is 9 minutes. Now, he could have turned here, but he didn't. And he could have come down here and turned here, but he didn't. And right here, this one also goes straight across. So the fact he turned in here, I'm assuming he needed to go to one of these buildings someplace pretty close by. So he turns in, parks the car, goes into the building, exits, and then comes down here. He's in this section for 9 minutes, probably inside the building for at least 5 minutes, whichever building it was. And then he comes down and he leaves. So I'll bring you to the next frame here. Okay, so there's where he's at right now. And now he's going to go to 700 Indian Hills Drive, which is in Moscow, which is the next camera that catches him at 3:26. Keep in mind, he's leaving Nevada Street at 2:53, so he's literally 5 minutes from his house. So at 2:53, 3:26, that's 33 minutes. Now, I think he took this route. I could be wrong, but I'll tell you why. Now, keep in mind, right about where my pen is, that's 1300 Johnson Avenue. I'll show you that right now. Okay, 1300 Johnson Avenue right there. Here's bus B, and there's where he's leaving from. I'll just toggle back one more time so you can see. Right here, bus B, he's leaving from there, 1300 Johnson, because on his escape route, he came back around, and that's the first picture that was taken. If he went this way, the camera probably caught him. Well, I don't know if it did, but I do know that right here, these two routes right here, that's a camera that caught him on the way in, which I'll show you in a little bit. So either this blue route here or this other route here, the camera would have caught him. Now this route goes up here, but you'll see I actually have a way to make it go to Indian Hills Road, and it makes more sense to go this way, which is what I think he did. I think he came this way and this way. So let me go to the next frame right here. This is the route I think he took. Notice how I straightened it out right here? Let's go back to that other one so you can, okay, there it is. Now you'll notice here's the 95, it goes straight. So the next frame you'll see this section here, but it'll continue straight. Let's see if I click the right one. Yep, I did, right there. There's the 95 and it goes straight. Now, I think I have it blown up right here. Here's Palouse River Drive. This is where I think he came from, right here. And then up Nursery Street, and down here, South View Avenue, and then up this one here. And there's Indian Hills Drive 700 right here, 700 Indian Hills Drive. So this is the route I think he probably took. And I'll show you in a minute here about that other camera. Okay, so here's 700 Indian Hills Drive again, but this time we're going to drive to the house. But the drive to the house, right here, A&W Restaurant and 76 Station, 1311 South Main Street, at the corner of 95 and Taylor. And let me read this thing here. First sighting in Moscow was in the 700 block of Indian Hills Road. He was westbound at approximately 3:26 a.m. and then westbound on Steiner Avenue, I'll show you that in a minute, at Idaho 95 in Moscow at approximately 3:28 a.m. That's when that picture was taken. So here's Steiner Avenue right here. So in the affidavit, it says he was going westbound. So he had to be going this way. And then here's a westbound again. Here's the 95 westbound. But then he took a right and left onto Taylor Road, which brings you to the house. What I find interesting is it's a 4-minute drive from here to the house. So it's 3:26 here. This photo's taken at 3:28, 2 minutes later. And then the photo here is taken at 3:29. So he drove from here to here in 1 minute. So my main question is, what happened here? There's a 9-minute block out. What happened here? I'm curious on that. And my next question is, he leaves here at 2:53. gets here at 700 block of Indian Hills Drive at 3:26. That's 33 minutes. But as you can see right here, this is a 22-minute drive. But I brought this map up at night. This is a daytime map. At night, it was only 20-minute drive, which is when he drove it, no traffic. So 20 minutes from 33-minute drive, that leaves 13 minutes. So I'm wondering where that 13 minutes went. And again, he could have driven one of these other routes. I know that. But if anybody has any insight into those two missing timepieces, that would be very interesting. Thank you for your time watching. Bye-bye.